CA. Also, I would like to add one more question here.
Yeah.
I got one question in the past saying that
Mm.
nowadays CA students can do their articleship in IT audits as well. So,
Yeah.
I have seen, some firms in Mumbai
Mm.
and in India who are giving this opportunity to articles, to work in this
Yeah.
field. So
Yeah.
what according to you, should a person who is a CA intern, should
Yeah.
can they think about this as an opportunity, like instead of clearing the waiting for clearing the CA and then doing the
Yeah.
job post qualification experience, or they can utilize their initial years and can
Yeah.
think about doing internship or articleship in this area.
Yeah. So this is a very good question. And so the thing is, statutory audit, we have to check internal controls as a part of statutory audit assignment and also as a part of internal audit assignment. And
It also depends that do you have the interest, because see, if you ask me
correct,
about making money here in this field, you can't even imagine the amount of money you can make,
correct, correct,
so
correct.
yeah, so once you clear, by the time you clear CA, and even if you don't clear, because again, this is also one of the questions which I would like to add here,
Mm.
because some people, they get stuck in CA finals,
Correct, correct,
they
correct.
have experience, they have lots of experience, they have
Mm.
cleared CA inter, and unfortunately they are stuck in CA finals, they're not able to clear
Correct.
the exam, but that will not cost you anything. Hello everyone, welcome to CISA This Much. This is Aditya, and today we have with us Ajinkya, who have recently qualified his CISA. So Ajinkya, first of all, heartiest congratulations for passing CISA. So I
Thank you,
think it's
Aditya.
been 1 week, right? So yeah, you're saying
Uh,
something. Yeah,
it's been around 15-20 days since I cleared
15
CISA.
20 days. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I
So
gave
how
my
does it
exam on
feel?
16th.
Starting
It
your new year with this certification.
so it was very good. It was a very good news, and your lectures helped me a lot.
Yeah. So we'll ask him, as we ask everyone, lots of questions. So we'll ask him also lots of questions. But before that, I'll request you to please introduce yourself, your background, and what made you choose this course, and what made you choose CISA.
Yeah. So hello everyone. My name is Ajinkya Redkar. I am a chartered accountant, and since there is one degree named DISA, Diploma in Information Systems Audit, which is only available in India, and for bank audits, DISA is compulsory. And I wanted to get into CA firms. That is why I decided to give DISA, and I started my DISA journey around June or July. And during that time, I came across CISA. So a lot of portion of DSA is taken from CISA examinations, and that is how I came across CISA. So yeah, that is why I selected CISA, and I started studies during October or November.
Okay, all right. So I would like to ask a question, based on your answer. So you are
Hmm.
mentioning
Yeah,
about DISA, right? So
yeah,
what according to you is the difference between these two courses? Because if I am okay, first of all, let me
hmm,
say this to everyone, then that DISA
hmm.
can only be done by a qualified CA. So if
Correct, correct,
someone is not CA, he cannot do DISA, right? So DISA is
correct,
only for CAs, correct?
correct, correct. You're right.
Yeah. So if someone is a CA, right? Maybe he's working
Yeah,
in MNC, or he's an employee, or he's having his own firm. Okay. So
yeah.
what according to you should he go for, like DISA or CISA? And what according to you has more scope, in India as well as, and globally? So globally, we all know that CISA
CISA.
is the one, but again, if you talk about in India, if I want to stay in India, should
Hmm.
I save my money and do DISA, or should I think about investing some extra amount and also do
Huh.
CISA? Yeah.
So according to me, you should do both DISA as well as CISA because DISA has its own advantages. The way we study for DISA is a little bit different than the way we study for CISA. And if you study both, it will be beneficial for for your personal understanding as well as for your job or your practice if you are into practice. So I suggest you should go for both. And CISA is not very expensive as compared to the rewards. I think CISA costs around 70,000 or something in Indian rupees for registration and exam fees. So I think over your lifetime, that is not a very huge cost. So you should go for both DISA as well as CISA. And in the past 4 or 5 years, there have been many changes. Due to Corona or GST in India or everything. Every business has to take help of information systems. That is why everyone needs to have some basic understanding of information systems. And CISA and DISA, both these courses give a very good understanding of the workings of IS information systems. So yeah, you should
Okay.
go for both.
Okay. So, what according to you, is the future of this IT audits among CAs, because since
Yeah,
he's also a CA, right? CA from India.
yeah,
So, people who are watching this video and if they are CAs, so what according to you is the future of IT audit if anyone wants to do this course after clearing the exam, right?
yeah.
So or if anyone wants to have its own firm and if
Huh.
they want to practice, so what according to you will be the future demand of this particular field?
Hmm.
Do you recommend them to do this course?
Yeah. So I'll start with a little bit of history. Some 10, 15, or 20 years ago, all the businesses used to be manual. They had to, maintain their books of accounts manually. But since the invention of computers and easy access of computers, everyone started to switch to computers. And now the whole maintenance of books of accounts and everything is on the computers. That is why the auditor needs to have a good understanding of the computers, how to check controls and everything. And so CISA is very helpful for that. CISA, the material design, everything is very good. So that is the future of CISA. That is the future of accounting and auditing. And after doing CISA, the horizon will be increased and it will be easy, or one will have a good grip over the testing of controls, automated controls, or IT controls. So I think every auditor should go for DISA or some IT related course. It may be DISA, it may be CISA or some other course. But IT or IS knowledge, I would not be using the word IT because IT is a very small word and auditors need to check all the information sections. So all the auditors should have a good understanding of information systems. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. My next question to you is how much time did it take for you to finish this exam right from the start?
Yeah.
uh, okay, so you were already doing DISA, so
Yeah.
definitely that knowledge would have helped you here as well.
Yeah. It
But
helps.
again, like what according to you, for any CAs who have not done a DISA, if
Hmm.
someone wants to start with CISA, how much
Huh.
ideal time according to you
Hmm.
should they give here to so
Yeah.
that they clear the exam in the first attempt?
Yeah. So I appeared for the exam on 16th January 2023, and I left my job somewhere around 5th or 10th October 2022. So I had around 90 days, complete 90 days to study. So I used to study for around 8 to 10 hours a day regularly. So you can say I put around, even if I average 10 hours a day, I used to study for, I know I'm I'm very weak in math, so you can calculate. So 10 hours a day for 30 days. I think I have put around 300 hours of work. Yeah. And I'll tell you how I started studying. I went through the review manual. I couldn't understand most of the things. Then I tried to solve the QAE. Again, I couldn't understand most of the things. Then I came across your lectures on YouTube, the Domain 2 lecture. Those were very helpful. And after going through your lectures, I again went back to QA and review manual, and that time it was very easy. That is why I decided to purchase your course, and then the things were smooth. Then I used to watch your lectures and give MTPs, go through the QAE, and that is how I was comfortable to give the exam in January itself after 3 months. But again, I like to focus on this thing that I had 3 months of complete leave.
Okay,
Yeah.
3 months. Okay, so guys, in his case, he was very lucky because he was having the entire day with him. All right, but again, even after that, it took him 3 months after studying 8 to 10 hours. So you can imagine the amount of time it requires. So my next question to you is again very much linked with the previous question, which is like. Is there any shortcut or should you go in the detailed way, like should you understand the concepts, because since you were saying that
Yeah.
initially you went through the QA, you went through the review manual, that time you were not able to understand things, and then
Yeah.
you focused on clearing your concepts. Again,
Yeah.
you watch my lecture, and as far as what I remember, you should say that you when you did the revision, you also have gone through the mock test, and
Yeah.
when you were doing your last revision, that time
Hmm.
you realize that okay, now I'm able to get everything. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Correct.
so how important is the revision and giving time for these studies, according to you,
Yeah.
like is there any shortcut way, or you'll have to go step by step?
No, there is no shortcut way to clear this exam. So I'll give you two reasons. First is, uh, there are no, set questions. Every question, all the possible four answers are similar. You have to find out which is the best answer, or that way they twist the words. That is why you need to have a good grip on the concept, and you have to develop the habit of reading the questions as well as all the possible four answers and eliminating those answers. So yeah, you have to go through, first you have to go through all the what I did. I went through your lectures, I cleared all the concepts, then I went through the questions. I used to figure out, and so again, I'll tell you, even if my answer was right, I used to go through the explanation. But that was the important part. So because what I used to think used to be different than what the explanation was. That is how I proceeded. And second thing is CISA is, I think, more practical based exam. So even if after some years we have to go through all the concepts again. So rather than slogging, then it is better to focus on the concepts now. Then it is easier to perform work, and for job also it is very easy, because most of the what I've observed is most of the material is similar to what we do in actual world.
Correct, correct. And I agree with his answer because in the end you have to understand one thing. It's not about getting the certification. It's not about clearing the exam. The more important thing is that tomorrow you'll be going to give interviews, tomorrow you'll be going to work in this field. So it becomes very important to understand things so that in the future you won't be facing lots of difficulties in the job, right? In
Correct.
the interviews. So
Correct.
yeah, so this is the reason you have to give time and you have to understand the concepts deeply.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
because exam clearing, see, there are so many ways to clear any exam, not just CISA. If I talk
Correct.
about any
Correct.
exam in the world, there are so many ways to clear, but you have to understand which way is the right way, which will help you not only to clear the exam but also in the future, right?
Correct. Correct.
So my next question is,
Yeah.
people who are CA inter, or
Yeah.
who have just recently cleared their CA.
Yeah.
So guys, who don't understand about this question, I'm talking about CA from India who are currently pursuing their CA course. They have cleared CA inter. They are currently doing their internship, right? Or the
Yeah.
students who have just cleared the CA exam. So see,
Yeah.
in front of them there are so many courses, right? So and
Yeah.
nowadays people want to go for CPAs, ACCA,
Yeah.
they are looking for CFA. So
Yeah.
there are so many fields in front of them, taxation is a field, finance is a field,
Correct.
accountancy is a field. Like nowadays, people want are going for international accounts. The
Correct.
yeah. So
IFRS and India.
yeah, US gap and all those
Yeah.
IFRS, US gap. So even that is also a field. IFRS, gap,
Correct. Correct.
finance is a field. Taxation is a
Yeah.
field by itself. Audit is
Yeah.
definitely a field.
Yeah.
So how do you see, and where do you see uh, IT audit, as
Yeah.
a career opportunity for these people who have just cleared their CA or who are pursuing their CA. Also, I would like to add one more question here.
Yeah.
I got one question in the past saying that nowadays CA students can do their articleship in IT audits as well. So,
Yeah.
I have seen, some firms in Mumbai
Hmm.
and in India who are giving this opportunity to articles, to work in this
Yeah.
field. So
Yeah.
what according to you, should a person who is a CA intern, should
Yeah.
can they think about this as an opportunity, like instead of clearing the waiting for clearing the CA and then doing the
Yeah.
job post qualification experience, or they can utilize their initial years and can
Yeah.
think about doing internship or articleship in this area.
Yeah, so this is a very good question. And so the thing is, statutory audit, we have to check internal controls as a part of statutory audit assignment and also as a part of internal audit assignment. And since everything is now, based on IT, so the auditor should have the knowledge of the workings of information systems. That is why there is no separate field as IT audit. I would like to say that IT audit is a part of statutory audit. IT audit is a part of internal audit. So when I go for statutory audit, I need to have the knowledge of information systems. And what happens is a lot of people don't know how to go about the information systems audit. That is why the CISA course will give added advantage to the people who know how this, how to check the controls, automatic control, or do you know how to use CATs. So that is why doing CISA will, enhance your knowledge, and it will, you know, differentiate you from the crowd. And what you said is very right. People who are pursuing articleship, they can start studying along with the other CA studies or other studies. They can also start with CISA studies, because most of the studies are like, uh, I think first two domains are similar to what we study in CA course. So it will be easy for them to understand. And also it is, it will be practical for them because they are working those fields, statutory audit and internal audit. So IT audit, uh, is a part of statutory audit only and internal audit. So the scope is huge. The, you know, you get, you can become the expert of that field if you understand how IT works.
And by the time they'll give their CA final exam, they'll be
Yeah.
already having the experience in IT audits, and also
Yeah,
they'll be certified.
correct. By the time they clear CA, they may be having 2 degrees.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
correct. With experience.
With experience, of course.
Yeah. So
So
this is
that will be
actually
the huge boost to their
correct.
career.
Correct. This is actually, and this is something, I'm just asking. This is a new question, by the way, but this is a
Yeah,
very, very good question, because,
yeah.
yeah, in the future, so at the age of maybe if you clear the exam in maybe first or
First
second attempt,
attempt is
whatever,
generally
yeah.
22 years.
Yeah, but by the time you will clear the exam, you'll already be having the experience in IT audit. Secondly, you will
Yeah,
be having 2 degrees in with you, and
hmm,
you can get lots of good
yeah,
opportunities in the market. You can even think
correct,
about going, you can think about working abroad. You can even
correct, correct,
explore jobs there.
correct.
So it's actually a good way, so
Yeah,
actually this is a question which was asked to me, I think last year, uh,
huh,
yeah, that I'm getting the opportunity, in
huh,
articleship to work in IT audit. So, but should I
huh,
take this decision? So I also advised
yeah,
him that, before deciding that, you have to also explore things, because it also depends that do you have the interest? Because see, if you ask me,
correct.
about making money here in this field, you can't even imagine the amount of money you can make,
Correct, correct,
So
correct.
and that is also the same thing with all the fields. But
Always correct.
especially if we talk about IT,
Huh.
you can just do a Google search, like,
Hmm.
the top 10 professions in the world in the next coming 5 years or 10 years.
Yeah,
You will find most of the jobs which will be having links with IT. So
correct,
IT is having lots of scope, and the scope
correct,
is increasing day by day. So
correct,
if
correct,
you talk about demand, money, and everything, it is there. But also it depends, like, will you be having the interest, in working in these areas? So
correct, correct,
yeah, so I would advise you that, you also try to explore from your side, like, what kind of work
correct,
is expected from you, and do you
correct.
really have that interest working here? But let me tell
Huh.
you, once you get the experience, once you get your CISA, and once you clear, by the time you clear CA, and even if you don't clear, because again, this is also one of the questions which I would like to add here,
Hmm.
because some people, they get stuck in CA finals.
Correct, correct,
They
correct.
have experience, they have lots of experience, they have
Hmm.
cleared CA inter, and unfortunately they are stuck in CA finals. They're not able to clear
Correct.
the exam. But that will not cost you anything, because you'll be having CISA, you'll be having the experience, right? On
Yeah,
the basis of that itself, you can get placement, in big MNCs, right?
correct, correct,
Yeah. So this
correct.
is also an advantage of, taking this route.
Yeah, correct. And also, I would like to add, if for people who are pursuing ACC or CPA, I don't know about the exact structure, but they may also be having auditing as one of their subjects. Or the auditor should be in some other countries like US or UK. The auditors should need to have that certain degree for conducting audit. Even those people, even those students can pursue CISA.
Correct. Correct. Yeah. And in fact, many people, just a second.
Huh.
Yeah, yeah, and
And
in fact, many of our students are either a CPA or ACCA, and in fact, from the next year, if I'm not wrong, CPA, they themselves are, launching IT audit as a subject in their
hmm,
syllabus. So even they are thinking about adding this, because for
hmm,
them they have to do SOC 2 and all those. For that they require
yeah,
knowledge of IT controls. So
correct.
yeah, yeah. All right, sir. So, do you
Hmm,
have any last message to the CISA future CISA aspirants, or anyone who's watching this video who are thinking about joining this course and,
yeah.
taking this exam?
So CISA is highly recommended from my side because the what I like to think is that accountants don't know how IT works and IT people don't know how accounting and taxation and those fields work. So CISA can act as a bridge between accountants and IT people. So doing this course will make you understand both the fields. So CISA is a very good course, and for people who want to get into auditing should definitely look for CISA.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
So thank you, Ajinkya, for sharing your experience.
thank you, Aditya, for
And
having me,
yeah,
and thanks to you, you helped me clear the exam.